Caitlin Clark explains how injuries have affected her. First time I haven't felt like a young body. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark is currently sidelined with a right groin issue, her third different soft tissue injury this season. Sitting on the sidelines and going through rehab is a new experience for Clark, who prior to this summer had not missed a game due to injury since high school. Over All-Star Weekend in Indianapolis, which she could not participate in, Clark spoke to Glamour and explained how her injury-riddled season has changed her perception of herself as an athlete. "This is the first time I haven't felt like a young body that can run around and sprint every day and just continue to do that," Clark said. "Being a professional athlete, you really have to take care of both your body and your mind. It's been a journey learning about that." The Fever have a sports psychologist on staff that Clark says she speaks to sometimes multiple times a week to not only talk about basketball but other things in life, and that's something that's been important to me over the course of my career. As Clark tries to make her latest return, she is using every possible treatment method available to her, including innovative approaches such as red light therapy, dry needling, and hyperbaric oxygen chambers, per Glamour. Clark also traveled with the Fever on their road trip to New York to take on the Liberty on Tuesday, and met with multiple doctors while she was in town. After such a start-stop season, Clark and the Fever are doing all they can to ensure this is her last stint on the injury report. It's still unclear when that will be. Fever coach Stephanie White said she had no update on Clark's status prior to Tuesday's game, and the team has not provided a timeline. For the sake of comparison, Clark missed 3 weeks with her first injury, a left quad strain, and 2 weeks with her second injury, a left groin issue. She injured her right groin last week, on July 15. Clark has been limited to 13 games this season, and while she's put up solid counting stats, 16.5 points, 5.0 rebounds, and 8.8 assists, she has been mired in a dreadful shooting slump. Her shooting splits are down across the board, and she's at 36.7% from the field, including 27.9% from three-point range. Notable, she is just 2 of 35 from behind the arc on the road. Despite Clark's shooting slump, the Fever are 8-5 when she plays, compared to 4-6 without her. As much as the Fever want to give Clark the time to heal fully, they also want to make the postseason. Entering Tuesday, they were just 1.5 games ahead of the 9th-place Golden State Valkyries. The longer Clark remains out, the more difficult it's going to be for the Fever to hang on to a playoff spot. Indiana Fever vs. New York Liberty. Live results, Score TV and Caitlin Clark update. The WNBA All-Star break is over and the 2025 regular season resumes Tuesday with another huge Eastern Conference showdown between the Indiana Fever and defending WNBA champion New York Liberty. The Fever will be without star Caitlin Clark again after she suffered a right groin injury. It will be the 12th overall game she has missed this season. Indiana, 12-11, enters the second portion of its schedule in 6th place in the WNBA's standings, with the top 8 qualifying for the playoffs. The Liberty, 15-6, are on a 3-game winning streak and currently have the second-best record in the league behind the Minnesota Lynx. Reigning WNBA Finals MVP Jonquel Jones is also off the team's injury report after dealing with an ankle injury since last month. The Liberty were 9-0 before Jones got hurt and went just 7-5 in games in which she didn't play, including a loss to the Fever when Clark returned from her last stint on the team's injured list. This will be the 4th and final scheduled meeting between the Fever and Liberty this season. New York won 2 of the 3 games, and most recently scored a 98-77 victory over the Fever when they faced one another last week in their final game before the All-Star break. Clark also sat out that game due to injury. Here's how to watch Tuesday's WNBA game between the Indiana Fever and New York Liberty. Fever vs. Liberty score. At the end of the first half, the Fever lead the Liberty, 46-42. Kelsey Mitchell leads all scorers with 14 on 5 of 10 shooting. Kennedy Burke has come off the bench to contribute 7 points on 3 of 3 shooting from the field. Caitlin Clark injury update. The Indiana Fever will face off against the New York Liberty on Tuesday, marking the Fever's first game back since the 2025 WNBA All-Star Weekend, but star guard Caitlin Clark won't be in the lineup. Clark was ruled out of Tuesday's contest with a right groin injury. White said Clark met with doctors and underwent evaluations in New York ahead of the Fever's matchup against the Liberty on Tuesday. White said she hasn't received a medical update from the trainers yet, but noted that she will have a better understanding of Clark's return when she does. Sydney Henderson.